We've talked a lot about the problem of police violence on our show, but today we want to focus on a possible solution: de-escalation. Studies have shown that when police officers are properly trained in de-escalation techniques, there are far fewer fatalities. And don't just take my word for it, the US military has a big focus on de-escalation training. So to talk more about this, we've brought Benari Poulten, an Army veteran with tours of Iraq and Afghanistan. Thanks for being here, Benari. So what exactly is de-escalation?
Well, essentially, if you're in a hostile environment or in a hostile situation, you want to bring calm and peace to the situation as quickly and efficiently as possible.
In 2014, nearly 60% of the people killed by police officers were unarmed or were involved in harmless activities, which says to me that cops are struggling to assess the threat level of civilians that they encounter. So what if someone who's unarmed is like running at you? What would you do to assess the situation?
Well, generally speaking, we're trained to assess things like, is this person armed? Are they not armed? Do they present a danger to me personally? Do they present a danger to the people around us? Do they seem to be in danger themselves? Are they in distress? Are they coming to us for help?
But when they're looking for help, we don't shoot them.
No, you don't want to shoot someone who's coming to you for help. The goal is to neutralize the threat using as minimal force as necessary.
So when do you shoot them, though?
Well, hopefully you don't get to that.
Okay.
You don't get to that.
I just want to make sure that I'm clear. So why does the US military spend so much time on de-escalation training?
Well, de-escalation training is just one part of the training, but it's an important part, and the reason why the military spends so much time on the training is because all of this happens so quickly. Decisions have to be made instantly, and you're making decisions, literally life and death decisions. Because of that, you have to treat it with the utmost importance. When you talk about having to fire your weapon, you want to ensure that that was absolutely the necessary course of action for that specific incident.
All right, so currently police officers spend about 58 hours in training when it comes to using a firearm, but only 8 hours of training for de-escalation. So when you were on active duty, how often were you training?
The military never misses an opportunity to train its service members. So, there is on-the-spot training where you just take lessons learned and you use that as a training experience. You're going through physical training, making sure that you're physically fit. You're going through health assessments to make sure that you're mentally fit.
I like that. I definitely want to make sure that someone handling a gun has taken their mental health into account.
Well, when you spend all your time surrounded by people who are carrying weapons, you want to make sure that, they are in the right frame of mind.
I've heard a lot of people saying that there's a war on cops. You've been in actual war zones, so how does it make you feel when you hear that?
In terms of the military, when we're deployed, we're going to actively hostile places. Whereas the police force, they are there to protect and serve their community. Ooh. So if you treat the police like they're the military, you're assuming that they're going to hostile places to begin with, and that sets up a very different relationship with the community.
Okay, we all know the military isn't perfect. So in your experience, is having a relationship with the community and understanding them, does that make your job easier or more challenging?
Well, it's essential that you understand who these people are, what they expect of you, what they're looking for in you, and what you're looking for in them. I think it's very important that the community knows that police have their backs. But it's also important that the police know that the community has their backs, because if the community doesn't trust its police force, that's going to make the police officers' jobs that much harder. And they're going to find themselves in increasingly dangerous situations. So I think that it has to be a two-way street for everyone's benefit. It'll make the community safer, and it'll also make the police safer.
Okay, Benari, way to show out.
You invited me.
I did. Thank you so much. This has been really eye-opening. This conversation was really about looking at things that institutions are doing well and what we can learn from them. And I think you've provided a lot of insight. Yeah, and thank you for your service. This has been a really great conversation.
Well, thank you so much for having me.